Hi there, how you doing? It's Leanne with STAT over here at the YWCA of Southern Arizona. So we wanted to have a short video to talk once again about allyship. And I know that we did a long video recording of a conference that we participated in or hosted over here at the YW as part of our immigration conference. But I think that given what is happening in the news and the current news cycle, um, it's important to have another refresher on what it is to be a good ally and what allyship is in general. And so we wanted to just to talk about the fact that we think that there needs to be some clarification around the idea and concept of ally. So to be a good ally, which is to advocate and stand with marginalized communities and other communities that you care about, um, it's really important to recognize that that is not just a title that you give yourself, but one that is granted through action. And so in this way, ally is a noun and a verb. We really feel that in order to be a good ally and an effective ally, it's really important to be in relationship with the communities that you want to advocate beside. And so you wouldn't speak for people at any point in time, but you would speak with them. And that it's about laying down relationships of compassion and care and community that are deep and meaningful. Part of the conversation that we had back in May was the importance of listening and being able to step back as well and hear from communities that are being currently oppressed and or marginalized. And part of that deep listening is actually believing people when they say that they need X, Y, or Z from you or from the larger population as they work towards achieving justice. One of the things that came up also is once you identify a group that you feel like you can be in deep community with, that it's really important that you take on the responsibility of doing the learning. And that might be through listening, that might be through finding different books and articles and watching videos on the struggles that these groups have had in the past so that you're not adding to the burden of current activists or friends in certain groups to not just do their work and live their lives, but also teach you everything that needs to be known about a certain community. So it's really, it behooves you to take up the responsibility of doing that learning. And of course, asking questions and being curious and caring is part of building any type of relationship, but it's not anybody's responsibility to do that for you. So that I wanted to just articulate that and make sure that that's really clear about whose responsibility it is to provide education. So part of entering into any type of good relationship is about mindfulness. And so being curious and also careful when you are learning and doing the work of social justice is also being mindful of the fact that not everybody enters onto the playing field with the same sets of privileges or same even abilities to speak to power. And so that it's really important to be mindful of what positions you're placing your brothers and sisters in when you're having panels or doing actions. That this that for many marginalized communities, it's not just about something that they're interested in. These are life and death issues, and so it's really important to be mindful about safety and being concerned for folks. And so that's part of also what it means to be a good ally. So what we saw on Sunday here in Tucson was that there was a march and rally that was against white supremacy, and that was really important to come together and for folks to show up for communities to say that in our community we say no to racism. We say no to white supremacy. And it's important that we have those big public displays where we can come together and be in community with one another. The next step is also making sure that we're holding our elected leaders and our policy accountable for making sure that we are existing within an equitable and inclusive community. And so we need to illuminate all of the blind spots, including around criminal justice, including around mental health, including around food and safety and security, and the militarization of our borders. And so that all of those questions become larger as we start to become better and better allies. And our critique is much more well-informed and nuanced as we begin to hear multiple voices and doing that real intersectional racial justice work. So we hope that this has been helpful. We thank you all for your allyship, and we ask that you continue, you keep digging in and learning more, and if we can help, we're here. So we invite you to be part of our book club. There's also trainings and activities that are happening through the YWCA and here at the center as well as in the community. So we invite you. And if you like this video, please like it, share it, and like our page. Thanks a lot.